Hi, Leos. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing really well. I'm excited about this week because even though it's going to be a little off kilter, it's not going to be as bad as it has been. And we've got new things happening, but I believe they're going to be great because we're moving into the Age of Aquarius. So even though this time is really tough, I think it's going to be really good. So the first thing I did was I pulled cards from the spell casting oracle deck. As you know, or if you don't know, you should. I love this deck. So the first card I get is fertility. And believe it or not, this card has shown up a bunch today. And this card is not about having a baby, even though it can literally be, but it's about creativity. When you're being fertile, you're seeing something outside of yourself. For example, I wrote a meditation this past weekend, and I wrote it so that people can get some emotional release and healing. But it had taken me days. I knew what I wanted to write, but I just wasn't having it. And then I was praying to the goddess, and I had lit some candles, and I was asking for insight and sight. And lo and behold, it just started flowing. I knew what it was. I knew what I had to say, and that's amazing. And that's fertility. Creating something from nothing is fertility. That's life. That's creating life. But it doesn't have to be physical, like literal life, like life of a person, but life of something that you create. It can be embroidery, it could be cooking, it can be writing, it can be singing, something that is creative and outside of yourself. And I think many times you're combining with spirit. Not always, but many times. So create this week. Allow that creativity to flow out of you. The next card we get is psychic abilities. So that even says that you need to be working with spirit on this fertility. That spirit's going to show you what you need to do to be fertile. Just like he did or she did because especially since I was praying to the goddess, she showed me what I needed to write. And then it just flowed and I knew it was right. I knew it was right. So I think you can do that too if you get in touch with your psychic abilities and you let that flow. And actually today, as I've been doing these readings, I've been more in touch with that psychic side of myself. So it's actually really been cool. And the final card is transformation. So that card is telling me that as you allow yourself that creativity and to get in touch with your psychic abilities, your spirit guides, your archangels, your team that is around you every day and wants to be with you, you are going to transform and have a glow and a light shining forth from you. You really will. Now for our tarot reading. The first card I get is this card's upside down, but we'll flip it over. But this card is all about someone not being what they seem to be. You need to be paying attention to what's going on around you because someone is really not your friend. Someone is not the person you thought they were, and you can't really trust them. But because it's upside down, it's not like horrid. It's not like they're stealing necessarily from you, but they might be lying about you. It's bad, but it's not really bad. We also get this card upside down, which is the Seven of Wands. And when you look at the Seven of Wands, this card is all about jockeying for position. And and it's upside down too. So when you've got them together, this card is telling me that there is somebody that's trying to take what you really should be having. Somebody maybe at your work or in your family, somebody's trying to get your credit or is trying to get your job or something that is yours by right. Finally, we get the Two of Swords. And this card is about making a choice. I believe that for y'all, that choice is whether or not to stand up for yourself and whether or not to allow your creativity and your fertility to flow. Because if you do that, you're going to be a shining example to everyone. But this person has to go. I know. It really sucks. I also decided this week to read my crystal ball, and I got out the rose quartz or the pink crystal. It's not really rose quartz, it's pink crystal because it's about love and healing. And I think that's really important this week. I see a V, which tells me you're going to have victory if you do what the cards have been saying you need to do, which is find that fertility within you. I also see a mountain, which tells me that right now, this decision that you're facing seems like it's a mountain, but it's not. You can climb that mountain. It could also mean that you're making a mountain out of a molehill. But either way, you have everything within inside of you to climb that mountain, whether it's big or small. So, Leos, I will see you soon. If you want to do a private reading, send me a text or a phone call to 405 512 9400. And if not, I'll see you soon. Bye.